So Talent at 2030 is all about the business of people and culture. And when I think about what is the most important thing that we need to think about as it relates to the intersection of business and culture, it's about people and really about humans. And we need to invest in humans within every company, within agencies. So what I hope that people can take away is how to think about new ways and new approaches to deliver better engagement, better leadership for their agencies, but for those humans, and how people can be better facilitators not only for their leadership, but for the people that they represent.
And I think the reason we came up with Talent for 2040 was essentially we want to start getting the industry to start thinking about where is talent moving to. It's all about building community, and I think the industry has historically and out of need been reactionary. So they've reacted to talent needs as they win pieces of business or as they engage with new clients. What we really want to start thinking about is how do we get the next generation excited about the industry, involved in the industry, and then how do we start to educate businesses around what they need to do to keep those people. And it's a generational change. And I think the second piece too is when we look at diversity and inclusion, there's a struggle right now to find diverse people at senior leadership. And so that change needs to start now so that in 10 and 15 years' time, that percentage of diverse people in leadership is actually within the business. And so I think it's both of those. It's looking for the right people, it's helping them understand what that new community looks for and what that new employee is going to be wanting out of their role. And it's also about diversity and inclusion and about driving the change in diversity and inclusion.
So our role at the 4A's is to help empower our agencies to deliver insightful creativity that drives commerce and influences culture, all while moving the industry forward. If you put humans at the center of that, our role is to ensure that our members, that agencies are enabled to do that work. So our talent engagement and inclusion practice is critical from the work that we do in the foundation for MAPE, which is our Multicultural Advertising Intern Program, really driving diversity at the entry level, but then we also need to do more work at the higher levels to drive that inclusion, and that's things that we need to do around building a sustainable culture of difference, how we think about workplace enlightenment, and working with agencies to understand how you can address areas of difference and bring about training and understanding to drive change within your organizations. And it's the most foundational and critical work that we can do.
And I think to add to that, from a learning and development perspective, I think what the 4A's can bring to the table is really working with agencies to identify the gaps that they have in their learning and development programs. So I see our job as really being able to facilitate change through providing those areas of learning and development that they can't develop internally, that are really sort of more broad across the industry, so the WeSee program, for instance, and looking at how can the 4A's advocate for both employees and the employers through those training and development programs, particularly in diversity and inclusion.
Perfect. Thank you both so much for your time. We're looking forward to the rest of the conference.
Thank you.
Thank you.